So as Watford go seeking to avenge that cup defeat last Saturday, they make one change. Jan Lohman is dropped and Richard Jobson comes in, presumably to work down the left flank. It's his second full game. Jerry Armstrong is again named as the Watford substitute. Meanwhile, Aston Villa had been hoping that Des Bremner would be fit to return to their midfield, but he's injured an ankle in training, and with Peter Withe finishing his suspension, it means the Villa field the side that beat Watford last Saturday. The substitute's job now goes to 19-year-old midfielder Ray Walker. The referee is Michael James of Horsham, and in the crowd today, the Juventus assistant manager Romolo Bisotto. It's the 8th time they've spied on Villa since Christmas, leading up to Wednesday's European Cup tie against the Italian champions. And indeed, the Villa manager Tony Barton returns that compliment because he flies to Turin tomorrow to watch Juventus. So Aston Villa get us underway, attacking the goal to our left in the dark shirts. They arrive here in 6th place. Watford in 3rd. The going will be really heavy after a night of very heavy rain. Here's Tony Morley, scorer of 2 of the goals in that cup tie last week. Mortimer beaten by Callaghan. He's got to Blissett on one side and Barnes going through the middle. And still, here's Rick. And he just kept it in. Only conveniently for Gary Williams to make the little clearance now for Andy Blair. Villa with 2 games played this season against Watford and scorer of 7 goals, 4 in the cup tie, 3 at Villa Park in the league. And a corner there given away by Colin Gibson. Wasn't much that Nigel Spink could do about it. John Barnes will take the corner. Steve Sims has come forward into the Villa 6-yard area. Callaghan at the back post. Blissett is in there too. Barnes then with the Watford corner floated in towards Blissett, who in fact got the head to it before the punch of Spink the keeper. Sims battling away with Evans. Taylor turning it in again for Watford, and just for the moment Villa a little bit under the whip. Rice with the throw. Barnes beating off the challenger. Gibson gets it back. Mortimer only half with the clearance. McNaught getting up. It might fall for Rice to come in, but the whistle had gone. Now, but both sides would have learned a lot from each other from last Saturday's cup tie, and no doubt that's been put into fairly good practice in the past week. Gordon Cowans had such a promising game for England at Wembley. And he was up against Kenny Jackett, of course, of Wales, as indeed he is today, the Watford number 10. Bolton, as the ball goes out, quickly takes the throw back to Steve Sherwood. Finds himself Rostrom. Equal ground skills there. Jackett. Oh, and it might come for Blissett. Well, the ball broke beautifully for him. It's hammered in here by Kenny Jackett, and the break comes nicely for Blissett as he hammers it past Nigel Spink to put Watford in the lead. Well, there's been criticism of the finishing ability of Luther Blissett, but his record is exceptional. 18 goals now in this his 34th game of the season. And that's a striking record that great strikers throughout the world, the sort of ratio they'd be more than happy to achieve. Swift, direct football again by Watford, but Evans having no trouble getting that one away. Finds Mortimer, on for Andy Blair. Walters, and Mortimer continuing the run for Aston Villa. Has he got the legs? Has he got the shot? Goal kick. Bolton getting back. Sherwood coming out. Walters getting in. And the most remarkable goal. Well, a look of disgust there between defender and goalkeeper as they came rushing towards each other. And it looked like a lost cause for young Mark Walters. Come out, says Bolton. But there's the boot of the Villa number 9 and the back pedalling of the keeper, Steve Sherwood, and the ball in the back of the net for a remarkable equaliser, 1-1. So Walters showing that it wasn't a lost cause as far as he was concerned, and also showing a really good turn of pace to embarrass those two Watford defenders. Well, Bolton being hustled again by Walters. Jobson doing some good work for Watford here, and he might go all the way, and the save, and Callaghan almost turned it in, and Cowans did a marvellous saving job for Aston Villa. I wonder he's getting a pack from his goalkeeper, Nigel Spink, but Jobson went a long, long way. The challenge and a good save by the keeper. In comes Callaghan, and the save comes from Cowans. So Barnes with the corner, floated in once more towards Blissett. Oh, that looked as though it had to go over the line, and Blissett certainly thought that it did. Well, let's have a look at this. Again, Blissett there at the near post, and the ball never quite crossing the line. But another corner for Watford. So Watford hammering back then at Aston Villa as Callaghan now floats in this corner. This time Ken McNaught got it away. Kenny Jackett dinking it back in there. And Barnes, he missed a chance there. And it just didn't fall for Rostron either. Walters, Morley just trying to hammer the ball away. Watford might easily have had a second goal, should have had a second goal. Villa get a throw. Comes to John Barnes there, and he just miscues, and it just falls the wrong side of Rostron. Barnes ducking in there. Jobson might get to it, but Gary Williams gets there first for Aston Villa. Williams on his feet again, and okay, there'll be a quiver going through every Villa fan every time they see their team go down with that Juventus Cup tie coming up on Wednesday. And they badly want a full-strength side. And of course with Peter With back in the action again, having completed his suspension. Rostron getting in. McNaught, it comes for Barnes. It might come for Jobson. And it's gone wide. In many ways, this is a repetition of last Saturday afternoon at Villa Park, when the chances seemed to be falling Watford's way, and they just couldn't turn them into goals. Barnes going across the goal there. Jobson getting up, driving it just wide of the far post. And Peter With there, sitting in the director's box, now finishing his suspension. He'll be available for that European Cup tie against Juventus on Wednesday. Beaten by Rostron's challenge. So too was Shaw, but Evans was in and finds Morley. Now, I see the trickery to beat Steve Sims. Left himself a lot to do, and Walters with the header across that Watford 6-yard line. And suddenly, after being under constant threat, Villa very nearly produced a good chance for themselves. Williams, well, he was looking up and deciding who he would play it to, and Jobson got the better of him and just kept the ball in play, in fact. Callaghan on the turn, just wide. Touch and go whether the ball was out when Richard Jobson here played it in. And let's have a look. just kept it in. The whole of the ball didn't cross the line. He did well. And Callaghan then turned and played it wide. Morley getting clear of Callaghan's challenge. And Blair now trying to get inside Rostron. And Walters hoping to get the better of Bolton. Support from Blair and from Shaw. Here's Gary Shaw. And a corner. Bolton's header. Cowans playing it again for Morley. Tony Morley, the little chip in, and a header by Evans, and he missed kick when a goal looked a formality. Well, proving that Watford are not the only team to miss chances. It was a lovely cross in by Tony Morley, having tricked Les Taylor, curling in invitingly, up goes Evans, hits it powerfully, and that was the embarrassment. Well, he can smile, but not really. That should have been the winner. The last 5 minutes, and it's been a slog for the whole of the afternoon. A few tired legs and a few tired minds, and even at this late stage you could get a mistake that proves to be absolutely critical. A free kick to Watford. Wilf Rostron with it, and 2, 4, 6, 7 Watford men forward in and around that Aston Villa penalty area. Rostron then with the free kick. Filtered towards Blissett against the crossbar, and a goal kick. Rostron's free kick, and Blissett again, the first to rise. Spink beaten all ends up, but off the crossbar. This could be dangerous. And he's got Mortimer. And he's missed it. Well, they've been hard-pressed to keep Watford out for most of the afternoon. And now suddenly the chance made for Morley, by Morley for Mortimer. And that was an opening. And certainly in the last 5 minutes, with a missed kick by Alan Evans and that chance from Dennis Mortimer, Villa could easily have won this game. Jobson, that's it. Got Barnes in the middle. Well stopped though by Evans. Now Jobson. And pushed away well by Spink. But a corner, and there's going to be precious little time to take it. To take it. Sims again at that favoured near post position. There's the corner coming in. And just wide. And it was Wilf Rostron, who I think pulled a muscle or seems to have damaged himself in the last minute or so. And as you can see from that picture, looks to be in a certain amount of pain, flung himself at that ball and skidded away wide, and Villa get another goal kick. Could well be the last one of the match. Two minutes of time added on. Another Watford throw. Again, got it away, but only as far as Rostron. Another shot, it's driving. Oh, and a goal! The very last kick of the game. Submerged there by his teammates, Wilf Rostron. Only his third goal of the season, And he looked as though he was injured just before. And he might have scored just before, and he certainly made up for it then. Past Nigel Spink, and now Watford have won a game they've threatened to win for most of the afternoon. And relief on the bench. It's over now, and Watford have beaten Aston Villa at last with that last gasp goal from Wilf Roston, after Luther Blissett had put them ahead in the first half, and then Mark Walters had scored that free equaliser for Aston Villa. Dramatic climax, and a final score here at Vicarage Road. It's Watford 2, Aston Villa 1.